way of doing that, let's go back to our virtual networks now. I'm going to go here. Okay, I'm going to select this virtual network. There is another option known as peerings. Right? Peering is a method where you can connect two virtual networks together. But this peering, even you can configure traffic one way or two ways, and you can configure peering network name, subscription, virtual network, and you can do that. That is how you can add it, right? But you can't see any pre-shared key or any protocol configuration here. You would see, right? So there is no protocol configuration or no pre-shared keys. How it works is whenever you add peering, it will use Microsoft Backbone to uh, isolate the traffic, but it does not encrypt in the traffic. Now let's say you have one virtual network here, right? So this is one region of Microsoft, region 1, and this is where one virtual network exists, VNet 1, and this is another region 2, and this is where virtual network 2 is there, right? And when you peer this, it will be connected through Microsoft Backbone, because anyway these two regions are connected by the Microsoft Backbone. But this communication will be isolated, virtually isolated. Something like we create VLANs, right? So something like that, it will be isolated in a Microsoft Backbone, and it's a what do you call uh, dedicated circuit. Because of that, third parties will not have access to sniff it or listen to it. Because of that, it's secure. I'm not saying it is not secure, but it's secured by isolation, not secured by encryption. Okay, is it clear, guys? So encryption and isolation are two different methods. So if you use encryption, you will be using an algorithm like let's say uh, DES, data encryption standard, triple DES, or AES. AES is the default standard, de facto standard, advanced encryption standard. So using that algorithm, we are encrypting the traffic end to end. End-to-end communication can be encrypted. So because of that, it's secure. But I'm not saying isolation is not secure, because the reason is these regions or data centers, let's say mainly regions, Microsoft regions are connected, and that traffic is encrypted. So if you look at Australia East and now East US, these two connection is already encrypted. So no third party will have access to these. Within that, Microsoft create isolated communication, right? So they virtually isolate the communication. That way, they provide the security, but not encryption. So because of that, if you are working for an organization which concentrates security a lot, of course, everybody does, but mainly if you have tough or strict security policies, uh, especially I have seen examples of financial organizations. They say that in their security policy, they say that if you are configuring VPN or if you are interconnecting networks, you must use AES 256 encryption. So they state that the minimum block size is 256 AES, or they specify that, or at least they specify if you need to use encryption algorithm with more than 128 bits or 192 bits. So then peering is not an option. Then you must configure using a VPN configuration, not even express route, because if you use express route was another option, but express route does not encrypt the traffic. It uses again dedicated circuits. So then you need to configure VPN with the specific protocol and then the encryption. So that is how you can configure.